What is art? People, like anything, have an opinion on that, but I've used this one. What is art? The expression or application of a human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting, sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for the beauty or emotional of power. In this video, I'm talking about sculptures. So it's going to be really interesting, but some of them, a lot of them are evil, some of them are like what the fuck, but just please enjoy. And I'm just going to be sharing loads and loads of images of sculptures around the world. Is there an agenda? Just what, well, that's the question. What is art? So hopefully you'll enjoy. Thank you guys. Right, the pictures coming up are from Wat San Suk, or the Wat San Suk Hell Horror Park. It's a Buddhist temple located in Bangsan City, and it's depicting, it's describing Naraka Buddhist hell. So all these is a theme park. This one looks like the headless people of medieval Europe. You can see in the medieval one is on the right and in the park is on the left. Look identical, don't they? This one's very disturbing. It looks like children being hanged. Just why? Exactly what the F? Just why? Here you have Victor's Way Indian Sculpture Park in Wicklow, Ireland. Some weird ass stuff coming up now. It's like, well, you'll see. This one's called the Split Man. It depicts a person splitting himself in half with two knives, as you can see. This image is of the fasting Buddha. I think this sculpture is called Separation. It's supposed to show the battle or struggle of separation from my mother and daughter. I don't get that from that. it looks, well, as you can see, it looks more symbolic to a lot of things I've covered over this period, but that doesn't look like separation to me. This is Death of the Ferryman, is one of the statues at the exhibit at Victoria's Way Indian Sculpture Garden. The statue is one of the forest sculptures, each which represents various stages of life according to the Buddhist religion philosophy. To me, I thought it was Charon, the ferryman from Greek myth, but that's what it says it is. Here you got an image of the entrance to the park. It's called the Vagina Dentata. As the last two were sculpture parks, obviously they had a lot. These are just the odd sculptures all around the world, 1 and 2 pictures. So there's going to be a lot of them. Some of them are good, some of them are funny, some of them are like, why would you make them? Some of them disturbing, and this is the whole point of the video, just to show you a collection of weird ass sculptures all around the world.
Time is running out faster than we can chase it down. Breathe, breathe, hold on to yourself. Don't let go for a world full of promise. A happy ending for everyone's a gorgeous life. One way or another it all ends. Take your aim and make it count. Fall hard until you break the ground. Fail now until you fear no loss. Break the throne, burn the crown. Hold on to yourself at all costs. Don't let go for a planet full of daylight. The villain dies in the end is the oldest line. Before the moment's lost and fades out, take your aim and make it count. 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 When I die, no one should we. For my life will be yours to keep, and my time, well, I've counted for. My fire will be yours to hold. Don't let go for a universal sunshine, a peaceful ending. It's the coldest line. Don't wait for you to happen. Take your aim and make it count.
Coming up is another sculpture park. This time it's in Norway, Oslo. It's called Vigeland Sculpture Park, and again you'll see some weird, some warped, everything in this sculpture park. Right guys? We know the symbol or symbolism of obelisks. Well, check this obelisk out. It's all made up of children, people, bodies, old, crumpled, mangled together to create the obelisk. I believe this is supposed to be babies attacking the man. I'll leave that up to you. This is the angry baby. A lot of people believe this is reptilian. A lot of people believe it's armadillo type of skeleton. Who knows what it is? Here's some more statues, sculptures for you guys. These are not in the park this time, or any, in large numbers, but hopefully you'll still enjoy. This is called Bad Boy Peeing and it's in Helsinki.
I'm about to strike fire, live wire, spread my wings, high flyer, awful dodger, praise to the raw messiah, more fire, read the sign, no biters. I grab your skull, then I toss it like a ghost rider. You need the raw? I'll provide you with supplies to make a dolo, and cop the low leather with the mica. Turn the mics up, notice the kicks to make it fight stuff. Magic touch like gold fingers and King Midas. Everybody freeze, they can see us when we moving. Tyrannosaurus pigs, we defeat them with the music. You thinking with your kids, you could beat it till it's useless, so I'll find a Nubian queen and skeet into the movement. This is rap power, so put a glove fist up. I thought this was the men's room, sorry for the mix-up. I've been nice and flipping my wrists and picking sticks up. I'm never getting hit since my truck ain't no pickup. If we startin' it, we don't finish it till we giving it 110%. Steady represent, flow is heaven sent. Always giving it 110%. We don't get our checks without the interest. That's nothing less than 110%. We murdering beats, want the evidence. Fingerprint matches 110%. We back again like the Charles Manson madmen. You should've went and warned John Kimball about the bad men.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And Lord Zebra doesn't care about whack people. The gator skins, I'm wearing an elephant's. I'm the truth, I don't care if I'm relevant. And in the perfect world, Ric Flair is president, and Chuck Norris is the cabinet and head of Senate. So excelente, shouts to mi gente. Put down your wooden sword and spar with the sensei. When Jay said he's the greatest, yes he meant me. Your girl got it on my 12 play and 12 play. And what Kel say? The kid ain't mine, or was the MJ? They both going to hell anyway. This is my everyday, this is your one moment. So sing for it like it's gonna make your wrist gorgeous. If we startin' it, we don't finish it till we giving it 110%. Steady represent, flow is heaven sent. Always giving it 110%. We don't get our checks without the interest. That's nothing less than 110%. We murdering beats, want the evidence. Fingerprint matches 110%. I'm back like goatees, magnum throat piece, blast for 4-piece. If your action's so weak, rap is codeine. Get a gas, you call me. Crabs ignore me, cause this cat can show teeth. I actually don't speak, I'm a hand puppet on Nantucket. Slumping over ventriloquist shoulders and chucking. Brain scramble like doughboys when a man rush them. Unless they rush back and try and clutch that. With your middle America mind, they conceive it. 1% really rhyme, and less than that believe in them. The other 99 live day to day and rhyme to rhyme. They try to find one life to live without kidnapping wives and kids. This is no life to live, we like it positive. But killing us is probably the sole prerogative. And if not, then it's me that it's wrong. So dead me where I stand, but my speech will live on. If we startin' it, we don't finish it till we giving it 110%. Steady represent, flow is heaven sent. Always giving it 110%. We don't get our checks without the interest. That's nothing less than 110%. We murdering beats, want the evidence. Fingerprint matches 110%.
Art is not what you see, but what you make others see. Right guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the weird, the warped, and some of them the funny. Coming up now is my thoughts, just and a little recap, because there's nothing really much I can say that the sculptures can't say for themselves. Hello, good morning, good evening. Hopefully everyone is okay and smiling. If not, come on, put a smile on your face. Don't let the bar stools grind you down. So what can I say after that? It is like a lot of the things in the truth community, art is open for discussion, and it has a broad scheme of what art is. Is it just about one's expression, what you're going through in your head, and that basically, you know, when you make anything, you're, like I always say, you always put a piece of yourself into your artwork. So is this a reflection of the mind state of the person who's making the art? or is it subconscious? Who knows? But some of the things that's getting passed as art, I have to say it's touching the bone or it's sick. But like I've said previously, where's the line between art being sick, being is it provocative? Like I said at the beginning, the art is to cause emotions, and these are basically what they're doing. So they are causing emotions by doing these pieces, because we're talking about it now. So they've been successful in what they're trying to do. I try to mix it up, but throw a few funny ones in there and try and use ones that people have not seen before. I've not seen a lot of them, but that doesn't mean nothing. That just means, you know what I mean, I've not been looking at sculptures. But it's just weird, because if you think about it, what are sculptures? Yes, they're an expression of the artist's mind, but yes, they can be used to influence. They are to cause a reaction, emotion, change, cause offence, cause happiness, whatever type of sculpture you are doing. So is there an agenda to what they're doing? Is there a placement of these? What is happening really behind? Because if you think about it, if you put if you want to cause a stir and an emotional change, a negative frequency in people, you will put a negative type of statue, sculpture in a certain place, and that will raise the negativity, output your frequency. But that's maybe looking too much into it. Maybe some of the people are just sick in the head, but I believe there's an agenda behind this, because some of them you just think, why would you do it? And yes, and people being humble, it's art, Paul, and people, there's freedom of speech, yes there is, but as we know, there's an agenda going on, and art, a sculpture, for me, it's like a spell casting. They can cause an emotional change from it. It's like a sigil, a physical sigil. It's like a symbols. Symbols are very, very powerful. So if you put a statue, a sculpture, it's a symbol in essence, and it can cause a change in your temperament. I mean, some of them, yes, I didn't put in like the Baphomet sculptures and statues, and we know who he is. So you can see they can do what they want. And recently with this I Can't Breathe movement, and especially in the UK, I don't know what it's like around the world, they've been pulling all sculptures and statues down, saying the slavery and this and that. It just makes you think, all these like sculptures and statues popping up all around the world, what is the real reason behind it? Is it what I've said, or is it something completely different? Is it just art? Is it just these sick puppies, as they want, some of them are? Because I believe some of them are just, why would you? I'm not prude. I like a good laugh. Some are funny, but do you know what I mean? It removes the innocence a little bit of children, and that's another thing, the agenda. Because can you imagine you walking through with your little child, I don't know what, you know, under say 8 or younger, whatever, and you know you want them to enjoy the youth like we did. Now it's all in your face, and the grown-ups too fast. Whereas in our day we were just going out playing, and basically we grew up on our own speed. But when you're going out with your kids and you're going out shopping or whatever, if you can in these days, but can you imagine you just with your little grandson or granddaughter or children, whatever, how old you are, don't tell me your age, you're walking along and you see a big massive bronze statue on the side of a building with his todger, that's another word for it that we use over here, todger, his penis in his hand blowing off steam. And your child says, what's that? What are you supposed to say? Oh yeah, it's just a gold sculpture, a gold statue with his thing in his hand, he's blown off steam, you live there. Yes, we have to talk about things with children, but I believe let children be children. Let them experience being a child, their innocence, because that'll soon go. And people know their own children, and when the time is right, you know, to do this, to do all them talks. I've had 3 children. I've knew when the time is right because I know my children. I don't want things forced on me or told I have to do it, because the rebellious type of person that I am, if you say this, I'll do the opposite just for spite. I've always done it. I believe you should be able to make your own decisions. Yes, you can inform people how, yeah, if you can do this if you want, this and this, and give options and that, but no, not to tell, no. So these sculptures are like basically in your face, telling you how this is this, and some of them are just not needed. If you want to do this type of stuff, why can't you have it in a place where it's age ranged? It just beggars to believe. And like I said, I'm not prude. I've not brought my children up prude. Obviously they're older now, but I believe it's up to us. We know when our children's time's right to actually have that talk, and they're taking away that from us prematurely because all these statues of penises, vaginas, and God knows what other sick puppy stuff that comes in their head are actually making the children say, what's this, what's this? And yes, before anyone says, questioning is good, but you're forcing it on people. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, we know our children and we know when it's ready. If they're not ready, and then they're saying, why is that, what's this? Are you going to lie to them, or have you got to tell them then? It's a fine line. It's a very fine line. There's no, do you know what I mean? It just beggars belief how some of this stuff's going around, because we do know they have an agenda. And I just wanted to share this video, make this video and share something different. I'm always trying to, not to be different just for the different sake, but I want you guys to, log on to, sub my channel, log on, go to my channel and know there's a video that you can watch. It's on different topics. A collective, because yes, it does harm me sub count and my views, because I jump from different topics, and certain people just like looking at the same stuff, but you won't get that on my channel. Yes, some of my videos will connect, and a lot of them do. I always find a way of connecting all my videos, but I try and have different topics. And if you ever bored for a few minutes, go in my playlist and you will see how much really I've done. Ignore the old stuff where I'm a bit rigid, but hey, I was getting used to doing this. It's harder than you think. So back to this. It's not going to be too long, my thoughts, because what can I say about the art pieces and things, the art? And that's the question I asked at the beginning. What is art? Because if I ask you what art is, and then ask 5 others, the interpretation of what art is will differ, and that's like the truth, because people still argue the fact to me, and this is just my opinion obviously, but I believe the truth is you, and that's why you is in the middle of it, and it's based on perspective. If you've had an enclosed life, for instance, if you was like a, what's it called now, Amish, and then you had people living out, normally, the perspective on how you would look on life depends on how you were brought up and what you research into. So that is why when you look at a topic, I can see this, you can see something different, and so on, because like art, it's all perspective. But I believe some of these sculptures have crossed the line, but where is the line? Do we all have a different line? And that was like when I was talking way back on other videos, that what I say is right and wrong doesn't necessarily mean what your right and wrong is. We all have a different line because our perspective is different. Also, what you know, the knowledge behind making your decision matters. Do you know what I mean? So these things like art, it's a very, very fine line. But I just wanted to share some of them with you. It took me a while to make. Obviously, there's a lot of pictures and different things, and it was just totally different for me. And I enjoyed making something just totally different, out the ballpark, nothing like truth-based, but just asking the questions. What's the agenda behind these sculptures? Is it just pure, they got a problem, they got a problem, or is an agenda? I believe there's an agenda too, because like symbols, these things stick in the head. That is why symbols, sigils and things like that matter, because it sticks in the head better. Do you know what I mean? It's like universal spell type of thing. When you see our McDonald's, you know it's our McDonald's just with the M, Starbucks, and so on. These are sigils and symbols that have a powerful spell, because you know what they are without even mentioning the name. So what I mean, some of these, that park in Thailand that's in a temple, held garden, that got to me in a sense of like, at first you're laughing like, no way, and then you see more and more and more and you're like, why? Yes, it's representing hell, but it's like they enjoy themselves doing it. And what effect does this have on certain mind frames? Yes, now that we have a lot of mental issues, and you're showing like statues, sculptures, artwork of hanging themselves, giving each other pain, stabbing, you name it. It doesn't bode well. It's like it's suggestive art. Do this for the weak-minded, because we all have bad days, and that's why I always say in my videos, please just find someone to be like an anchor, a buddy, for sense when you're feeling low, just to talk to you. And we all need them. We all have bad days. People look at me, oh, you're jovial, dead red, happy, but you don't know what's behind the scenes. And it's like with you guys, I don't know what's behind the scenes with you. You might be going out smiling, but the pain is inside a lot of people, and it doesn't show. So people just are able to hide it better. And that's why I encourage people, and I have done the last few days, encouraging people who are having a bad time to create content. Because if you can help others, it helps you. It's a process. It's getting your mind off what your problems are and onto the content. And it's a brilliant way of therapy, self-therapy. And I recommend anyone who's watching this, who's thought about doing it, do it. Yes, it's hard. I'm not going to say it's innocent and it's all good, because you get some nutters, idiots. But these are just trolls. These are just bots. And they know no better. If you don't want to have comments, you can just turn them off. And it's just about the content. But then you're missing sometimes is finding the right aspect, because you can find like-minded people. So when you do a video, and if it helps someone, can you imagine the feeling that you're having that? So it's like doing some art sculptures. There is some art out there that give a positive vibe and help people, because we can see ourselves in the work. And that's what I'm saying. When you're seeing all this evil and negative type of art, it's having a negative type of effect on people. So this perspective on how you've been brought up will affect how you see that art. You know what I mean? It's when people are talking about mask issue now, and you know what I mean, wearing the mask and smothering the mouth. Some people have been physically abused out there, and that's why they don't wear them. So if they see a sculpture with a mask on, it hits home. If someone who's beaten with something and they see a statue or a sculpture with that item, it will affect him. It might see not serious to you, but people affected different. So that's why I always say, never dismiss anything, never just laugh out because you don't know the effects. Plus people don't know your humour. I just love laughing all the time. I try and see the humour in everything, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't, unfortunately. But I'm not changing who I am, and I don't ask you to change who you are. It's just humour. Some people sometimes just butt heads and don't see it, but don't change who you are. You can mould yourself to adapt, but don't change who you are. So yeah, what did you think of that? It was interesting, some weird, some warped, some funny, some like, just why? But it was interesting nonetheless. Like I said, that Hell Park, white in a temple, do you believe that's right, that they should do that? Or wrong? Have they crossed the line? Is there something that you wouldn't have put in? Who knows? Like I said, it's a fine line, and you know what I mean? Who am I to say what's right and wrong? I'm not one of them spot checker type fact checker things, you know what I mean? So, it's up to the perspective. And then you had the one in Ireland. They do have a thing on the website saying it's not for children, but they do have prices if children do turn up. So they're seeing some weird stuff, but at least they give people the prerogative to say don't turn up, if you're that age. I don't know if the one in Thailand did. I couldn't quite tell, because obviously I don't speak Thai. And then you see a lot of the David Cerny stuff, the embryos in the building. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Is that art, or is that just stepping the line? I'll leave it up to you again. There's loads of Damien Hirst ones where he has the stages of the embryo growing all on a bridge in Qatar. I didn't include that because, like I said, I don't want to pile too much, because like me doing this video, have I crossed the line from like promoting these or what? It's a fine line, like I said to you, from being doom and gloom to just trying to alert people and show people what type of architecture symbolism, sculptures, statues, whatever you want to call it, is out there. So it's a very fine line, and that's why I always say, you know, heads up to people, and that's why I had to put like a little graphic warning on the beginning of that one, because that might have just crossed the line. I have to say it might, because I have to cover my own back, because people say, oh no, you know what I mean? So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't when you're doing videos, unfortunately. I've done many videos and people think that's my opinion, when if you watch my videos and know who I am, I try and do it objective. I show the evidence I find, and then I just like point to where it could be or it couldn't be. You know what I mean? That's how I am. So hopefully you've enjoyed the little bit of change. I've enjoyed making it. I've got a few things lined up at the minute, quite deep, and we'll see where they go. So remember guys, always wear a smile. Always try and laugh at least once a day, and please always try and make someone laugh the same or smile once a day. Don't let the evil cabal get us down. Yes, it's hard and we're struggling and we're knocking down and we're getting knocked out, but if we can't help each other, what's the point of being here? I'm not letting these win. I have very bad days when I don't do anything, but I try and think of others first. So please enjoy the video. If you like it, like it. If you don't, no. You know, please share, get my name out there. Thanks for your support. Can't do it without you, honestly. You don't want to believe how much effect you have on me. The channel is growing. It's just shooting out the ballpark. My last video, as you know, on the secret, you know, never hidden him, you know, basically, it's gone really well, and I can't thank for people who've watched it. Positive vibes with positive comments, because we all share the same type of frequency. So a lot of things we do know and we've been thinking about, and it just takes that one person to make a video to help people to have the confidence to come out and do their own topics and things. That's why I always say get a channel and just do whatever you want to do. It helps you get through the day. Right guys, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye now.